Hello, welcome to the fifth unit, single variable calculus. So in this video, we are going to see evaluation of improper integrals using beta and gamma functions. So this is the first module we are going to see. First, we will see what is meant by improper integral. If in the definite integral a to b f of x dx, a or b or both a and b are infinite, a comma b are finite, but f of x becomes infinite at x equals to a or x equals to b or at one or more points within the interval ab, then this definite integral is said to be respectively improper integral of first kind. That means if it satisfies first condition, it is called improper integral of first kind. Otherwise, it is called improper integral of second kind. Now we'll see what is meant by gamma function. A definite integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n minus 1 dx, where this n is greater than 0, is called the gamma function. And it is denoted by this symbol, and read it as gamma n. So this is the definition. So where n is not equals to 0, minus 1, minus 2. At negative integers, it is not defined, as well as at 0. Now we'll see the properties of gamma function. Gamma of 1 is 1. So by the definition of gamma function, gamma of n is 1. So put n equals to 1, then gamma of 1 is 1 minus 1, 0, x power 0 is 1. So integral of e power minus x dx becomes 1. Now this is known as the reduction formula. Gamma of n plus 1 is n into gamma n. So by definition, gamma of n is this one. Put n equals to n plus 1. Then this is n plus 1 minus 1. So we get n here. So integrating by parts, what we'll get is 0 to infinity. If you integrate this one, e power minus x power n, 0 to infinity. For e power minus x, e power minus x minus integral 0 to infinity n times e power minus x into x power n minus 1 minus 1 of x. So this becomes 0, and this becomes minus of minus plus n comes outside. This is nothing but the gamma function only. And notice here gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial, provided n is a positive integer. Gamma of 1 by 2 is root pi. So gamma of 1 by 2, according to the definition, x power n minus 1. Here 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2. So put x equals to y square, so that dx is 2y dy. Therefore gamma of 1 by 2 is, so instead of dx, 2y dy comes, so that 2 comes outside. 0 to infinity e power minus x is what? Y square dy this is. So 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus x square dx. So gamma of 1 by 2. So I am multiplying these two. Then this is gamma of 1 by 2 square is 2 times 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity becomes 4 times 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity e power minus of x square plus y square dx dy. So we are converting this into polar form. Put x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta, then dx dy is r dr d theta. So here r varies from 0 to infinity and theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. So gamma of 1 by 2 whole square equals to 4 times 0 to pi by 2, 0 to infinity. This x square plus y square is from this r square. Dx dy is r dr d theta. So 4 times. So integral 0 to pi by 2 d theta is theta. Pi by 2 comes outside. 0 to infinity e power minus r square r dr. So this is 2 pi. This is what? 0 to infinity e power minus r square dr becomes 1 by 2, which is pi. Now we see beta function. So the definite integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx, where m and n both are greater than 0, is called the beta function, and it is denoted by beta of m comma n, and read it as beta m comma n. So the properties here, first one is the symmetry of beta function. That is beta of m comma n is beta of n comma n. So we know that from the property of definite integral, 0 to a f of x dx can be written as 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So using this definition for beta function, now this beta function can be written as 0 to 1, 1 minus x whole power m minus 1, 1 minus of 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx. This 1 gets cancelled, left over is this one, which is again nothing but beta of n comma Next, beta of m comma n is 2 times 0 to pi by 2 sine power 2m minus 1 theta cos power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. So use the beta function definition. Put x equals to sine square theta. Then dx is 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. Plug in these values here. Then x is sine square theta whole power n minus 1. 1 minus sine square theta n minus 1. Dx is 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. And theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. If you put x is 0, theta is 0. If you put x is 1, theta is pi by 2. So this is 2 times 0 to pi by 2. This is the required one. Show that gamma of n is 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus x square x power 2n minus 1 dx. We know that gamma of n is this one. So put x is y square. So that dx is 2y dy. So when x is 0, clearly y is 0. When x is infinity, y is infinity. Then gamma of n is 0 to infinity. Because of dx 2y dy, 2 comes outside, e power minus y square whole power n minus 1 y dy. So e power minus y square, y power 2n minus 1. Because of this y, actually it becomes 2n minus 2. Because of this y, it becomes minus 1. So 0 to infinity, just I am changing the variable. So which is nothing but this one. So gamma of m plus n is 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus x square x power 2 times m plus n minus 1 dx. Gamma of 1 by 2 is 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus x square dx. So establish the relation between beta and gamma function, or show that beta of m comma n is gamma m into gamma n by gamma n plus. We know that gamma of m is 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus x square x power 2m minus 1 dx. This result just now we proved. Similarly, gamma of n is 2 times 0 to infinity e power minus y square y power 2n minus 1 dy. So I am multiplying these two. So 2 into 2, 4. This double integral e power minus of x square plus y square, this into this dx dy. So I am putting x is r cos theta sin theta dx dy r dr. Then this whole transformed into like this. Okay. So here I am splitting this once again. R terms and theta terms I am separating. So 2 times r0 to infinity e power minus r square r power 2m plus 1 minus 1 dr, and remaining theta terms. What is this? This is nothing but beta of m comma n, and this is nothing but gamma of m plus n. Gamma of m plus n. This is gamma of m plus n, and this is beta of m comma n. So hence from this beta of m comma n is gamma m into gamma n by gamma of m plus n. So that is the result of beta and gamma. Simple relation, which is very, very important one. Okay, I am Srikanth Reddy. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.